Hello everybody. It's been a few days, to be fair. I think the last stream I did was, what, gold farming, probably? I actually spent all of yesterday playing WoW again for the first time in like a few days. Like, I've been kind of just playing it on stream and kind of just playing anything else, because I kind of want to take, I think I said in the last stream, like a couple week break before Shadowlands actually hits, like the proper pre-patch and stuff, because played a lot of WoW over the last few months, and probably going to be playing a lot more when Shadowlands comes out, so I kind of want to give myself like a refresh period before I fully, like, you know, go into the Shadowlands. Oh, yeah. But yeah, kind of just been playing anything else and spent yesterday just playing WoW again for the first time in a while. Leveled up my Death Knight a little more. He's still like in the 60s. I didn't really get very far. And then I started playing around on my Survival Hunter again and just decided to finally like make that push and use the boost I've been saving since like the start of BFA. So now I have 4 characters that are capable of farming stuff, and also he's a leather worker, so I'm trying to make the most of the all the leather working farming which you can do currently. I'll probably do some of that on the next gold farming stream, because I intend to sort of use that as a rest period between running the instance stuff to avoid the lockout. So I can go do all of Pandaria on my gnome, and then switch over to the Worgen, do some leather working farming, till we like hit the hour reset, and then swap back over to more instant stuff. And I feel like if we run it quick enough, we could probably run all of Pandaria twice, which should be a decent chunk of gold, like 20,000 gold. And then also all the extra gold from leatherworking and crafting all those things. So we should be able to get basically the last of the auction house mounts that I can buy, and then also gives me plenty of gold to save up and pick off like the rest of the purchasable mounts I haven't got yet. I also spent a bit of time doing world quest and stuff, making the most of the world quest buff up here. And almost finished the Army of the Light stuff, and I'm like halfway through the Augustine Reach as well, which means I might end up accidentally unlocking all of the Alliance allied races before Shadowlands comes out. Not intentionally. I was literally just farming Legion stuff for like the rares to get the mounts from it, and sort of inadvertently ended up almost finishing the reps for both of those factions that are the last 2 I need to get the rest of the allied races. So that's kind of cool. I might be able to start my Void Elf a little early. I kind of intend to level that through Pandaria during Shadowlands. That might be like a sort of, I don't know whether I'll do that off stream or as like an in-between stream, basically. Because obviously most of it is going to be doing stuff on my gnome, my main, and running all the Covenant content and stuff. So it might be nice to like take a break from Shadowlands and just do like Pandaria on the side on my monk. Would be fun, hopefully. But yeah, today, mostly, we're just running Karazhan. I've got 3 of my guys here. If we don't get anything, I might bring the Worgen across to just run old Karazhan, because I definitely know he's not geared up enough to do this. And I'm pretty sure my warrior still isn't geared up enough to do this either, because I've tried doing it on the warrior before and he just gets destroyed trying to fight Midnight because of all of the like horses with their individual like AoE attacks and stuff. He just doesn't have enough health to withstand it. Whereas my, you know, hunter wearing mail armor has almost 400,000 health, and if I equip my griffin, I'm pretty sure I have more than 4,000 health. So, you know, armor apparently isn't a thing anymore. Interesting to see how much that changes in Shadowlands. I haven't really noticed much yet. From what I played of like the pre-patch stuff, Hunter feels almost exactly the same as it does now, just you have less focus, so you have to use your, whatever that one's called, Aspect of the Wild more. Which I've only really ever had to use a couple times on like really long boss fights where I've been undergeared and stuff. Apart from that, I've never really had to use it. in current content. I imagine people that run like Mythic Pluses and, you know, are doing endgame stuff and like the high tier stuff probably end up using that more when they're playing Hunter. But considering I play pretty casually, really. I've not really had any issues with it. I mean, to be fair, doing Mythic Islands I didn't have any issue with it either, so I don't know. It's definitely going to be more of an issue in Shadowlands where, you know, we have a whole lot less focus. Until probably towards endgame when we've been geared up again. Other than that, Hunter feels pretty much exactly the same. At least Beastmaster does. I haven't tried. Survival, I know Marksman's been changed a lot, but I've never tried Marksman at all. I might actually try Marksman out on another character. I'd have 3 separate Hunters, because Hunters are just good for speedrunning stuff anyway, like running old content, which I like doing. It's why I intend to use my other boost I have to make a level 50 Demon Hunter. I assume the boosts will just get scaled down, like the current ranks are, right? So currently a 120 boost would boost you up to level 50. I'm hoping that's how they work and they're not just going to get rid of them. If they get rid of them, that's going to be real dumb, because you get a 120 boost with your Shadowlands pre-order, so I'm assuming they're downscaling everything. So I'm going to use that for an Alliance Demon Hunter. So then I'll have 2 Demon Hunters, 2 Hunters, a Warrior, which is also pretty good, and then eventually a Death Knight and a Monk as well. The Monk would be good for speedrunning stuff, the Death Knight probably not. But the Death Knight gives me an option of choosing a different style of play, I guess. I like Death Knight, it's like a good... To me, it feels like a good in-between of, like, Hunter and Warrior. Like, it's basically a pet class. Except you just have less control over your pet. But it is genuinely fun to play, I just haven't had the urge to, like, level through stuff again. Like, I've been trying to level my, my new Hunter through BFA, and jeez, I messaged a friend yesterday because I was just so bored of leveling through Storm Song for like the 4th time, and it's like, I don't want to do this. To be fair, I think it was my fault for choosing Storm Song. Because, to be honest, it does feel like potentially the most boring of all the BFA zones. I've not really noticed it be... I've not really noticed it be much of an issue. Like, I leveled through Borealis again, like the Turgod Sound area. And that has a really interesting, like, variety in storylines. You have the Cthulhu Lovecraftian stuff going off in the harbour, you have the, like, pirate stuff going on down south. You've got all the, like, Turgod Sound political stuff with Jaina and her mum and everything going on in, like, the central hub bit. Like, you've got all these little pockets of things happening, so every little bit of the zone has like a different interesting storyline. I remember Drustvar having a really good storyline, but I also remember having like a part of the storyline being really irritating where you're like trapped in the forest or whatever. So I kind of just went, oh, I'll avoid that. I'll go do Storm Song, because that didn't take me long when I did it the first time. I know why it didn't take me long. Because the main storyline of Storm Song lasts about 20 minutes, and the rest of it is just go and kill Horde soldiers for 20 quests. Which is really boring, because it's just the same quest over and over again. I feel like Storm Song could have been such an interesting zone as well. Like, genuinely. Because it has the size and scale for them to have really, like, gone off with it and made, like, a full... It kind of reminds me of those moments in, what was it? Assassin's Creed 3? Where you're, like, running across the battlefield and you're, like, taking out commanders and everything else, right? There was such room for them to do that same thing with Storm Song, because there is that big area to it. There's the, like, the dirt trenches that are filled with the elementals. there's all the valley section at the top where you actually fight the Horde. And you like go into their mines and into their base and stuff. It would have been so cool to have like an actual storyline go through there where you're like pushing them back all the way to their fort. Like actually fighting across the battlefield and taking out commanders and using their things, but instead it's kind of just kill some Horde soldiers, now go kill some more over here, now go into a mine, now blow up their base, and that's it. Storyline over. It didn't really feel super rewarding. Why is this defaulted to normal? I do hate that. It set it to heroic, for fuck's sake. Why? I better not have done that on my gnome, because that will really piss me off if it did. I really hate that, because I genuinely, like, before I started streaming, set all the difficulties to the correct ones so that I could run Karazhan. Nope, just gonna set it back to the other difficulty. Cool. Thanks, Blizzard. But yeah, Stormsong. Could have been, like, a really cool, like, battlefield zone because of its size. You know, kind of like what the Warfronts were supposed to be, but like a single player. Well, I say single player. Like a, you know, you actually leading the charge section because it's part of the main storyline. Would have been really cool. It would have made that zone far more interesting from a gameplay standpoint. I mean, honestly, it should have been a really cool zone because I've got the same one again. That's impressive. It has all the, like the Cthulhu-y stuff that you start in Tiragard continues in Stormsong. That's like the first half of the storyline. But it doesn't really dive into any of it until like towards the end, I think, and then you get redirected back over to like the dungeon raid area. And you have the actual insanity meter and stuff, like it's straight up Call of Cthulhu rather than just playing like a weird WoW island. But it just didn't hit the mark, weirdly. I might just change over and start doing Just Far. And just not finish the storyline, because it's not like it matters. The only thing that really matters is hitting 120, getting the world quests, and gearing up that character as much as I can before Shadowlands hits. Obviously when Shadowlands hits, it's not going to matter how much I'm geared up anyway, because I'm going to get squished down. Probably most of it won't be very good for a while, but... I want to gear it up as much as I can just to make farming stuff as easy as possible for it, because, like I was saying at the start, I literally can't farm, like, this mythic dungeon on any of my characters apart from my gnome and this demon hunter, and that's it. And even my demon hunter is, kind of slow in comparison to the gnome. Even though there isn't actually that much difference in, like, item level between them. I think hunters are just broken strong. Which does actually make me kind of worried about the future of hunter. Because generally when a class gets super strong, it gets nerfed eventually. And hunter is really strong. So I'm really worried that my main is just going to get squished eventually. I feel like I might make it through Shadowlands without getting squished, but I feel like definitely the expansion after it, hunters are going to get nerfed somewhat. Because currently their DPS is like way higher than everyone else's.
I can't attack that target.
I think Warlocks are still technically stronger currently. But I think they're supposed to be getting nerfed somewhat in Shadowlands anyway. So I guess if Blizzard are preoccupied with the Warlock nerfing, they might just miss Hunter for a little bit. That would be nice. Because it is pretty nice to be able to run around and just destroy things for a little while.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer. I can't attack that.
Yeah, I think this is the last time I can actually run this bit of Karazhan on my current characters anyway. Hopefully we get something. We've actually sped through Karazhan already. Like, we're only like 15 minutes into the stream and I'm on the 4th run? I really mistimed that and pulling all the spiders. Beautiful. As long as they don't have the dumb web attacks from fucking Ice Crown, I'll be alright. I just wait them out here and get them all. Wow, my Q just wasn't up when I needed it to be.
I can't attack that target.
My camera just went weird as well. Concerning. But yeah, on the TV show front, I finished the Fall finally. That show I think I talked about it a bunch before. Yeah, the ending of that really hit me, like, way harder than I was expecting it to, and kind of took me a few days to, like, completely get over it. But I don't really know why completely yet. I mean, if you're gonna watch it, kind of spoilers, but I'm not sure if it's the fact that just nobody gets a happy ending at the end of that show. Yeah, by the end of the show, literally nobody is in a good place. Like, as I said, spoilers. The serial killer, one of the two main characters, is dead. He, like, kills himself at the end. The, like, younger woman that he's been, like, messing with and manipulating the whole time, she ends up, like, heartbroken and in a juvenile detention center, and is completely alone because she basically destroyed her life trying to, like, please him, basically. His actual wife is also in some sort of mental institution because she has a mental breakdown and tries to kill herself and the kids. Turns out the kids are exhibiting some of the same symptoms that the serial killer did when he was young. It's just a whole thing where nobody is in a good place. Like, just anyone he interacted with in the entire show. It's just fucking... Like, there was some stuff in like Game of Thrones and shows like that where people don't get happy endings because, you know, it's trying to be more realistic and stuff, right? Like, people you don't expect to die randomly and all the rest of stuff like that. But no, literally nobody gets a happy ending in that show. Like, there's no villain who's, like, you know, twirling his mustache and, yes, I did it in the end. Like, just nobody gets a happy ending. Not the villain, not the heroes, nobody. Everyone's just miserable. It's brutal. Oh, interesting that you get reputation for the violet eye here. Might have to go back onto the gnome. Because I've been trying to look at reputations and stuff to, like... I don't know why I've bothered walking back out on this character, but... I'm looking at reputations to try and, like, farm up and finish off, because I was looking at stuff on my gnome, and I went around yesterday, like I said, was playing all day. And I finished off the rep grind for Sporagar and a couple other places. I think it was mostly Sporagar, and I tried to push others. But I just finished that off, and I realised I've actually done quite a few, like 33 different reputations. Are all Exalted. And I'm not far off doing a 34th, and I'm pretty sure if I look and figure things out, I could probably hit 35 really easily. Because there's a bunch of like classic reputations. Like random little ones that I haven't done. Like the Argent Dawn or whatever it is that's in the Eastern Plaguelands, because I never went and did the questline there. There's all the like Booty Bay area reputations, which I've never done. There are so many different areas that I could be like pushing reputations for. I don't feel like it would take me that long to actually fully complete the like 100 reputations if I actually went for it. Because I've finished every reputation in BFA bar 2, just because I really don't like the Nyalotha quest zones, so I don't do them. But it's just those 2 reps I haven't done in BFA, I've done all the others. Then there's all the Legion ones, which I've progressed pretty far with most of the Legion reps. Like, they're, I think, all at, like, Honoured, or some of them are Revered and stuff as well. So if I really went and farmed it, I could probably push the Legion reps out too. I think of the ones in Burning Crusade, there is a lot of little ones I haven't done, but I've done like all the major ones there too. The only major one I haven't done is the Sky God one, and that's just because I don't like that quest chain or anything. It's going to be even harder to do it now that everyone's back for Shadowlands. Like, because there will have been less people playing and less people farming it since the end of BFA, because everyone, like, left for a while, but now Shadowlands is, like, not that far away. Everyone's back to do their transmog farming and all the rest of it, so it's going to be even harder to farm that, I imagine. So it's going to be one of those things where I just kind of leave it to one side and go, that's okay where it is, because I don't want to do it. It's a good chunk of mounts, and I should do it, but don't want to. Just not that enjoyable, to be honest. I think I mentioned in the early streams when I was running the Netherdrake stuff why I liked that more. Because it was out of the way and you could kind of do things in your own time. Like, even if there were loads of other people there farming, you could still go and, like, grind stuff out in the cave, or you could go and, like, circle around the fort on the land rather than trying to compete with people on the island. Like, there were multiple different ways that you could go about doing the same task, so that you always had a way to gain some reputation, even if it wasn't the, like, most efficient thing of doing it, right? And you could log in super early and avoid all the, like, main group of people and just do all your dailies really early on, so you had no competition with doing those, and then you could just come back later and grind out some eggs and stuff. So there was always ways to do it without, like, directly having to compete with, like, 50 other people in the same zone as you. Which was so nice, whereas the Sky God rep is just, you are all competing for these same mobs and then trying to fight the same bosses to get the same tokens to get the same rep. There's no alternative way of farming that same thing, and it's so dumb. Like, I just really don't like it. I don't mind necessarily having to, like, compete with other players to get reputation if there's alternate ways of going about the same thing. So then everyone has their own, like, little path to take and try and, like, maneuver around each other and try to gain more reputation without, like, directly interfering with other people. It's just, I prefer if there's other ways of doing things, basically. But unfortunately, that's not a thing there, so I'm probably never going to do it, to be honest. It's just a pain in the ass. which I don't want to do. But the actual dungeon grinding reps, like the Violet Eye and all the other, like, small ones, the Lower City and all the rest of that stuff, I'm pretty sure I could do that quite easily. Yeah, on a hold, the Shatar Lower City Keepers of Time. Pretty sure Keepers of Time is just the, thingy, Caverns of Time stuff. I feel like I could get a lot of these done by just doing the dungeons once a day. Kind of like I was doing when I was doing stuff for the Cenarian Expedition or whatever it was. I just read it. So, I don't know why I don't remember, but the one to get the Hippogriff really wouldn't be that difficult.
Victory lies ahead. You need something? See you around.
Oh, where's that platform glowing over there? Hello.
How are you? See you around.
Oh, do I have to sit down on a bench? Is this part of that storyline to get some magic sword? I've actually never seen this before. I'm sure this area is normally just empty. It's just a bunch of benches. Sorry, that was probably kind of loud. It's going to be interesting coming back here in pre-patch and this just being a completely different zone with like zombies rampaging around and all of Arthas's lackeys being brought back from the dead again. Should just go and stand over here for the rest of this then?
Have a good one.
Fair enough. Just never seen that before. I did get given a lance. Yeah, we are 6 tokens off of finishing, well, getting the amount I actually wanted from here, so that's nice. It's quite nice being done with this zone. Like, not done with it, but like, advancing to this point of the Argent Crusade, because it means I can just pick whoever I want from this field and fight them, rather than having to just specifically pick the Horde guys every time over here. Like, I just grab whoever I finish next to now, it makes this whole thing so much faster. I have definitely noticed more and more people, like, around here farming stuff again, so I guess everyone's, like, kind of coming back now and finishing off all the rep grinds that they started that they never finished. Because the Argent Crusade one really is a long run. Like, it is definitely not a quick rep grind. Because even when you've finished all the rep grinding, you've still got, like, months of farming to do before you get all the mounts. I think the harsh reality is I realised that even if I get all the Argent Crusade mounts now, still not going to have enough to hit 200. I still have to go and farm more things. I do kind of want to save Ice Crown for another stream. I'm kind of tempted to go and run it though. I guess we could go on Ulduar instead. That might be fun. It's gonna take a little longer though because I have to bring all my guys over. Oh, I need to pick up the quest from over here. We got any quests up top? Yeah, we do. Cool. Is it mail of gold or a bunch of stuff? Some gold. Mostly stuff. Okay. Well, I can wait till after the stream. Those are some loud-ass bagpipes. Yeah, I have no idea what this playlist is. I had a look through it, like, very briefly. It's this, like, giant 7-hour-long playlist that has music from everything in it. There's, I think, a little bit Elder Scrolls, a little bit of Witcher, a little bit of Lord of the Rings, Lineage. I think some Diablo music in here somewhere as well. It just has soundtracks from every fantasy thing ever. It's kind of cool. I like it. I'm listening to a lot of Billie Eilish again lately, actually. Just been in that sort of mood. I just really appreciate her voice. It's kind of soothing to listen to, so listen to a lot of that. Speaking of media, returning back to the TV talk that I started ages ago and then went off on like 6 different tangents. Been trying to find like a palate cleanser to watch after all of that because I just wanted something to like take my mind off it. And ended up finally starting to watch that Dracula show that the BBC did a little bit back. I think it's the same guys that do Sherlock. They did it, it's like a 3-part special thing. It's actually been really fun so far. I've only watched the first 2 episodes. Well, I say fun. It's been really dark and gritty, but it's been an interesting take on the myth and the story, so I was just kind of been enjoying it. I'm curious to see how it's all gonna end, because I haven't got there yet. Recover the Heart of the Mists and bring it to the Cavaldier. And bring it and the Cavaldier attack plan to just to come Mariel Trueheart, the Argent one. Okay. An extra quest. I was coming in here to do this, but okay. Didn't realise there were extra quests over here for killing these guys. That's cool. I like those extra quests you get from just like killing enemies and stuff. But yeah, the Dracula TV show. It's been a really cool like twist on a lot of the stuff. Like, obviously the classic thing, vampires turn into bats and they can fly around, do all that stuff. Pretty sure he does that right at the start. But he also has the ability to just like camouflage as anything. But he essentially has to take on its form by sort of inhabiting its skin, almost. Then you have the really gruesome scenes of him literally like pulling himself out of an animal because he's turned himself, well, he's like hiding as a wolf or a person. I just thought that was a really cool like way of explaining that and visualizing the whole like turning into different animals and disguising itself and stuff. And also the like, process of transformation into a vampire is also really interesting. Like, it's not just your... It's definitely not a, I don't know how to word it. It's not the, like, sexy vampire, like, ooh, you get a bite mark and then suddenly you grow some fangs and you sparkle. It's like your fingernails fall off and you become really like haggard and almost turn into this like skeletal being first because they're dying essentially. And then they have to, you know, feed on blood and stuff to revive themselves, and then they take on attributes of where the blood came from. Which is a really cool thing as well. Like, when he, like, at the start of the thing, I've kind of just spoiled a whole bunch of it, and I'm gonna keep spoiling it, so if you want to watch it, like, maybe tune out. But he, like, takes on attributes of the first Englishman he meets by, like, slowly draining him over a really long time. So that he can learn to, like, live in English society. And learns to speak English and with an English accent, and the way that he dresses and stuff, he like takes on all these characteristics of the guy. Which is really cool, because obviously if he's intending to go to England, he needs to take on things to be able to blend in and act as part of society, rather than, like, if he just went over there with a Transylvanian accent, he'd obviously stand out a lot, and a really cool sort of way of dealing with a lot of stuff and interpreting a lot of the, like, original story. I feel like they do a really good job in the way that they've written their version of Dracula. Like at one point he compares people to flowers or whatever, but he does kind of feel like he has that almost serial killer essence to him. Like he feels that he's above all of humanity. And at one point he literally kills a guy just so he can talk German with like a duchess on a boat. For no other reason. He didn't need to kill the guy. He didn't need to drink or anything. Like, he was perfectly fine and could have sat there and had a conversation with this woman in English because she spoke both English and German. But he goes and kills the guy just so he can talk German to her. I feel like that was the moment where you really realised the sort of personality of this creature. Yeah, just finished the second episode and it ends a really interesting way. And I'm kind of curious how it goes from there. Because I remember hearing at the time that the third episode wasn't very good, so I'm kind of curious how well this is going to go, because apparently not very well, but I don't know. So far I've been like pleasantly surprised by the whole thing. Like I said, kind of just singing its praises. I think it's a really well written and interesting interpretation of the story. I'm curious to see where it goes from here, but it definitely has at least somewhat taken my mind off of The Fall, and that's good. Honestly, I think I need to just find other things to watch that aren't, like, dark things. Because I've literally gone from watching a 3-season show about a serial killer to watching a 3-episode show about a serial killer that drinks people's blood, essentially. Maybe need to find something else to watch. So yeah, any recommendations? Anybody watching this wherever, feel free. I do still need to start rewatching Avatar at some point. I said I was going to do that ages ago. I watched like the first 2 episodes and then haven't finished it, so need to go back to that at some point. That might be my actual like proper palate cleanser after all of this stuff. Although the way that Dracula is going, I don't think it's going to have the same effect as like The Fall did, because I think with The Fall, I'm not entirely sure, like I said, why it had the impact it did, but it might have been something to do with the fact of forming some sort of emotional connection to some of the characters, because that show is, again, really well written, and I genuinely felt bad for a lot of the people involved. Because a lot of them were relatable or had qualities that I could... I don't know what word is for it, but basically they had qualities that made them remind me of people that I know and care about. Wow. Oh, thanks, Blizzard. Again. The technical difficulty screen has really come in handy, that's for fucking sure. Blizzard can't keep their servers up for an entire stream, apparently. I played the entire day yesterday and didn't have a single crash. I try and stream. I think this is both of the last 2 streams. I think it's also been both times I've been in... No, the other stream was when I clicked on Archimon. This time it was when I fired a shot at a random guy in Iceground. No idea. I'm not sure if it's like an error that's been caused by my add-ons, to be fair. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's like an add-on overloading when I do something. But it seems weird that that would disconnect me and not just like, you know, bring up an error or something. I've done the... I guess I did the quest. Okay. I don't have any more around, do I? No. Oh, let's go do these. But yeah, should be able to get the Argent Hippogriff. What have we got up over here, actually? We may as well just finish off a whole bunch of other things I've been doing. I did notice when I was doing these yesterday that the ones where you have to go and kill one specific enemy gives you double the reputation for both factions than doing any of the other world quests. So you may as well just run around and do the kill quests and that's it. Because they will give you like 500 reputation each. Oh, the Venom Tail is up. Damn, okay. Might be able to go get a mount. That's cool. Yeah, the ones where it's kill an enemy. Double the reputation doing any of the others. So you may as well just do the kill quests. Because they're the faster ones, because you only have to fight one mob. And they give you more XP? It seems really weird. I guess because at the time they were elites, and therefore supposed to be a more challenging fight, so it gave you more reputation as a reward.
Hello. Have a good one.
But in the current state of the game, it is the exact opposite.
Each day is a blessing.
Oh yeah, just use the purse.
Path of the light.
What can I do for you?
Good if I could just get this to auto-select the purse every time, because I have no need for the other one.
Good luck, friend.
Actually, how far off that are we?
Can I help?
Oh, not far.
Round. Anaria Shola. Death to all who oppose us.
Interestingly, the extra quest givers don't actually give you any reputation, it's only the main guys. That kind of sucks. It's just going to take a little longer to grind out the Alliance Vanguard rep.
What brings you here? Good luck, friend.
But
Would you like to purchase something?
there we go. The Argent Hippogriff. Boom. I do like that mount a lot. I'm pretty sure there were extra hippogriffs added at some point for different things, but the Cenarian and the Argent for like the classic ones look so nice colour scheme wise. Yeah, these are the newer ones. That's not. Recruit a friend and a Throndis chest, so I have to grind another reputation up. Glory of the Legion Hero? The dungeons? Oh, dungeons and raids. No, that'll be the dungeon one, won't it? Because it's Glory of the Legion Hero. That's just the newer model of that, isn't it? That's weird. That's just a better version of that. Okay, sure. Yeah, let's go, go grind out some more stuff over there. I've got a mace, I can throw that over to my, warrior at some point. I really expected Karazhan to take longer than it did. I do have another, like, character I could go run basic Karazhan on for Old Midnight, anyway. Actually, comparing the two next to each other, I like the colour scheme of Old Midnight more than New Midnight. But New Midnight has a better, like, model overall. It's like higher poly and stuff. But I do miss the, like, fiery green, like, fell stuff. Which is very fitting for Legion, obviously. It's really hard to navigate this place when you can't see where your character actually is. I think I'm running into a wall. Yep. It still gets me every time I come to Dalaran, like, just the fact that you can't see where your character is. For like 5 minutes if you mount up. It's so strange. I was actually talking to a friend about it. I don't know if I mentioned it on the last stream, but the idea that WoW could, at least for the expansion after Shadowlands, since we're supposed to be exploring the galaxy and going off Azeroth and doing all this other stuff, right? Like that's the big grand plan. Couldn't we get a new engine in here? Not the modified Warcraft 3 engine that we're on? Maybe? Maybe? Because I'm pretty sure WoW is still running on the modified Warcraft 3 engine, if I remember correctly. Which means the game is running on like a 15-year-old engine, if not longer.
How fortunate.
Which is kind of insane. And I know changing the engine doesn't like necessarily fix everything. But I feel like having a newer engine might at least allow the game to handle more complex calculations. Because I can't imagine an engine that's 15 years old being like as advanced as it really needs to be these days. Oh, I thought that was a mount, then it was just covered by the thing, but no, it's a chest guard. Yeah, well. Let's go kill this one up here. Ah yes, to fight this random lizard in a cave. So dangerous.
No matter how many monstrosities they send at us,
I'm kind of looking forward in a way to things scaling more. As much as I want to be able to like farm old content, it is kind of nice to experience all the content properly. Especially for someone like myself who went away from WoW, like, really early on, essentially. Like, I left during Kata and didn't come back till BFA, which was a massive change anyway, but to be able to go back and see all that content I missed out on, like, I completely missed out on MOP, which, from what I've played of MOP, it's fucking fantastic, and I'm really sad I missed out on seeing that when it was live content. I'm super looking forward to playing through it all again
How fortunate.
when Shadowlands comes out. Because I only got to play through like half of it on this character, and then I went back and played the Shadowpan stuff, specifically to get access to the dailies that I've never done. But it did unlock Throne of Thunder, which I got all the mounts from, so there's that. Oh, I got the one mount that doesn't use mount equipment. Of course it did. Oh, I guess I'll have a look if Kravos is here. It doesn't look like it. Can't see a pile of dead goat things on the floor, so I assume no. What do I have a quest over here for? Oh, getting pristine whatever. Can get that from Rares. It's fine. We are genuinely blasting through stuff today. We ran Karazhan, what, 5 times technically? Go run it 6. A minute. But we've done the Argent Crusade stuff. Got a new mount from over there.
How fortunate.
If we do stuff right over here, then maybe some mounts here too. Where the hell am I going? This is not where I need to go. Oh, actually it was. I'm tired too. Can you fly in Argus with the Legion flying? That's something I need to look up, because it would be real nice.
This villain profanes the homeworld I lost so long ago. Put an end.
I really hate not being able to fly around stuff. It's so nice being able to fly in BFA. I do understand why it's there. I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but the whole idea of, you know, making players actually go through and experience the content. Like, I get it. It does make sense. It's just kind of irritating. Especially at this point where I can't really experience the content anyway. It doesn't really make any sense to me to keep it, like, locked out. Oh, I really messed that up. Oof. Yeah, Pterodactyl slow falling is not the best one, I'll be honest.
How fortunate.
That priestly gliding is still the better one. Where you actually have some control over it. This is one of the only ones I'm actually missing from the kill list as well. Actually, just checking around here, I'm missing 3 of the rares? Interesting. I assume there's an achievement tied to killing all of them. It usually is. Oh wow. Skreeg is up. Well, he's dead currently, but he's on the rotation. Good timing. Oh, I got feared literally as I was about to fire my laser. That was dumb. Oh, cool. Boots. I got really lucky early on with like the egg drops and stuff here, and then ever since I've not got anything. I've not even got an egg from one of the rares that drop them. I've killed all of them I think like 6 times since and just not got anything. Not a single egg. Whereas the first time I came through, I got 1 from each of them the first time, and got 2 mounts, and that's it. Nothing. Nada. What have we got? Antoran Waste. Go do that one straight away. It's right next to the thing. Oh yeah, I think there's some Game of Thrones music in this playlist as well, thinking about it. Actually, how close are we? 2,000 rep. I actually might finish the Army of the Light rep today. On stream. I mean, if we do, we can go do the Lightforged Draenei questline, whatever that is. Might make a new paladin and make it a Lightforged Draenei, I guess. I do have a paladin Draenei, but I've not actually. I think it's like level 20. Whereas a Lightforged Draenei, I can take it wherever I want. I don't have to just do the Draenei starting army. Which would be nice. I also found, I'm not going to say where, but I did find a really good place for farming demons the other day. On Argus. Where they I was basically running around like a really small circle, and every time I went back round to where I started, all of them would have respawned again. So I was just farming out the demon kills for a while. I got really bored after like the first 100 or so I just left, but if I want to farm demons, I have a really good place to now. Which is nice. The only reason I don't want to share that information
How fortunate.
is because I've had to deal with enough multi-boxes already. Don't really want to have more competition while I'm trying to farm stuff, to be honest. Oh, I thought it was a player, it was just a random bat. I was gonna say, I'm not gonna get there in time. I think it was even yesterday when I was leveling up my new, like, hunter. Just trying to get some of the horde soldier kills was difficult. Because there were just multi-boxers running around. Like, literally in the questing zones. Like, not even, like, a zone where there's a whole bunch of stuff to, like, grind out resources or anything, though. Literally just the questing zone. So dumb. I didn't used to mind the idea of multi-boxes for a while, but as of late, where they've become more and more of an issue, I'm not really enjoying them so much anymore, you know? They're kind of just making everything more difficult for everyone else who's playing the game normally. Like, I don't really mind when people are, like, camping a spawn when they're just regular players or whatever. Like, when you're trying to grind out a reputation, it can be irritating, like I've been saying, but when it's just, you know, you're, like, farming for a resource or whatever, you can kind of expect a bit of competition. It's not generally that bad, because generally you can just farm mobs on the other side of a bit or whatever. Like, I was farming for the Leaping Vein Seeker for a while, and there were, like, a horde team on the other side, like a group of guys. And we just, like, split the area in two. Like, I would stay on one side, they would stay on the other side, so that way we weren't overlapping each other's spawns. Just naturally. Like, we would just interact with each other and just keep alternating, so we weren't, like, interfering with each other's farming. You put a multi-boxer there with, like, 5 of those boomkins just constantly spamming Moonbeam or whatever. You're not going to be able to hit anything. Because they're all going to be dead before you even get a chance. And because there's so many of them all moonbeaming the same thing, even if you do tag the enemy, generally you're not getting credit for it, because only like 5 people can tag an enemy or whatever to get credit. If there's 5 of them and they're all spamming the same attack, your thing doesn't count, so even if you've done damage, you don't get any progress from that. It's really dumb, and genuinely, like, It genuinely interferes with just regular gameplay. I can kind of understand it to a degree in, like, in Classic, maybe, because if you're trying to play single player in Classic, I get that it's an MMO, and generally you should be playing with other people. But in Classic, like, warriors need a healer, right? To really survive, at least early on, throughout leveling. They either need a healer or to spend a lot of money on, like, potions and stuff. And to be fair, I feel like warriors still need to spend money on potions in current WoW. But in current WoW, there's also a way for warriors to heal naturally. Like, one of their abilities basically acts like a leech that a Demon Hunter has. But it's just an occasional proc rather than, like, Demon Hunter's constant leech. But in Classic WoW, obviously, you don't have any of that. It's entirely down to the request to kill that? No, it's just a rare. Yeah, in, like, current WoW, everybody can heal and everybody can do every single aspect of every other class, basically. You don't really need a team. As long as you're competent at playing your class, generally you can survive any encounter. But in Classic WoW, you kind of need other people around you a lot of the time to fight certain things or do certain pieces of content because classes can't do everything. So I can kind of, to a degree, understand it for the people who really don't like multiplayer stuff. They just want to experience the world and stuff. So they create a team around themselves using a multi-box, right? I can kind of get that. But when it's literally just 5 of the same class all spamming the same ability constantly, even in Classic, that's dumb. That shouldn't be allowed. It breaks the game and literally ruins things for everyone else. It just makes everything 10 times harder for every other player because they can't just spam Moonbeam on 10 different, like, Moonkin or Boomkin, whatever the fuck they're called. Like, regular players actually have to play the game. Whereas they can just spam attacks from a thing and just don't have to worry about anything. It's dumb and irritating, to be honest. I feel like there is a space for them. Like I say, if you're like building a team around yourself, wherever, you just want to run solo stuff. Sure. But the thing where they just spam the same character, the same class, and they're all just spamming one attack to just insta-kill everything. I don't understand how that's... I don't understand how that's fun gameplay for them, either. Like, sure, you get to instantly destroy everything, but at the same time, you're not really doing anything. You're not inputting anything, you're pressing one button and just instantly killing everything. Like, there's no challenge, or... I don't know, I guess you're getting gold from it. I guess that's the, like, reward at the end of the day. You make gold stupidly fast, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know, it just makes everything harder and worse for everyone else. And I mean, I've even seen them on stream at one point. I think it was the stream I did after I played Halo. It was like an hour long or whatever. I went over to Dark Shore to do my, like... I'm just gonna go back to the Vindicar for a second. Yeah, I went over there to do my, like, generic thing. Whatever it is, the, like, killing rares for the month or whatever. And went to that Naga beach. And there were 3 packs of Moonkin just all spamming Moonbeam on the Naga as soon as they instantly spawned. Boom. I wondered if it would. Yeah, that gave me 1,000 reputation. So I've now got Exalted with these guys too. Which now means I can go and do the quest chain to get thingy as well. Irritatingly, the reputation didn't actually carry over, so I lost out on 900 reputation from that, which is real dumb. I'm gonna go down and do that one first, and then go do that, and then that one. But yeah, I don't like multi-boxes, to be honest. I know a lot of gold farmers and stuff do it. And I've kind of already laid out my stance on gold farming on my gold farm streams of I try to find the most efficient way that's fun, not necessarily the most efficient way outright, because the most efficient way generally is doing something really boring, like running the same dungeon 10 times till lockout. Which is fair enough, there's people out there that can do that and will enjoy doing it, because they're getting something out of it, it's a really like mundane task, they don't really have to focus on it, whatever else, right? Whereas to me, if I'm doing something, I prefer it to be enjoyable. And I've tried to make it as efficient as possible. Like, my new gold farming route now will be to do the Pandaria route, completely skip WOD, because it's just not worth it from what I've found of like the gold gains over the past few streams. So I'm basically just cutting WOD out of my gold farming rotation. So I'll run Pandaria, I'll go do the individual dungeons like I've been doing, and then I'll skip over to leatherworking on my other punter. And then skip back again to to Pandaria on another class. Or another character, so that way I can farm all of those things again and make the same amount of gold I did before. And just keep doing that until I've reached, you know, a good portion. I got 5,000 rep left to do for that as well, god damn it. I actually can't remember the way in. Oh, okay, it's up here. So is this Lord of the Rings music playing? I should really rewatch the Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen it in ages.
More of my people have been taken by the Legion. They seek to break our bonds of kinship, to turn brother against brother.
I don't have
Please,
money.
free them.
I think the last Lord of the Rings thing I watched was probably the last Hobbit film when that came out.
Can never thrive
It has been a while.
Argus is our home. You have eased our struggle, outsider. At least
I also
for
still have both of those, like, Lord of the Rings games to finish. The, like, Shadow and War of Mordor or whatever. I got pretty far into Shadow. I think I actually recorded my, like, first few hours of playing it. But I think I was using my laptop at the time, so it wasn't very good recording-wise. Like, as in, the game ran like ass and you couldn't see anything on the stream.
How fortunate.
It was a long time ago. Might revisit that at some point.
Demon dares lead a vanguard on the Vindicar.
How fortunate.
Its death will send a powerful message to the enemy.
But yeah, getting back to the thing I was going on about, with gold farming and stuff. I know a lot of people use multi-boxing as a way to like gold farm and generate an income that way, because it allows you to like mass gain stuff much faster than doing it normally. But I also have a problem with that in the sense that it's essentially flooding the market with stuff. So that if someone else is going out by themselves normally and farming content and gaining resources and intends to sell that stuff, they have to then compete with all the multi-boxers who are selling like 5,000 of the same thing for half the price they want to sell it for, because they can't grind as much of it. Because they're only one person, they're not 20 multi-boxers tied together. Like, you know, it's just... It's really irritating that people are doing stuff like that in the game, because it just... It makes all the time and effort you could be investing into something invalid, because what's the point? Because there's 20 people all tied together who are just pressing one button and farming the content 100 times more efficiently than you are and gaining 100 times the resources because they can afford to put more money into the game than you. It's that thing of buy to play invalidates the game. Because nobody wants to compete against people who can just buy their way to the top.
The dread lord that once served me in the Black Temple has cast his lot with the Legion. He will regret opposing me. First Maya's blade, now yours. His punishment in Antoris will be severe.
Right, I think we need to find a new topic to talk about. And also, I need to find something new to do, which we were gonna go back to Stormwind so we can do this quest chain, whatever it is. I assume it probably won't be much of a quest chain, but I don't know. Some of them it's literally just go and talk to a guy and you just get given a new race. Other times it's like, thingy, the Mechanome one where you have to go through like a whole quest line of saving King Mechagon or whatever to get the race. Which was actually quite cool. When I like made this character as a joke, I wasn't expecting to get as sort of attached to the gnomes as I did. But they are generally one of the coolest races. In my opinion, at this point, like, they're super technologically advanced and just kind of random and fun. I do genuinely like the gnomes. But yeah, I think I am going to try and do this more, this sort of structure I've been doing of streams lately. Where I've been doing like one gold farming stream a week and then just raid farming stuff. At least until Shadowlands. But we do have Avengers coming out like, next week, like Wednesday. Which I don't think I'll be streaming, not until the game, like... Not until there's a way to run the game that's less intensive. Because I don't want to have a repeat of what happened when it like overloaded my graphics card and basically crashed my PC, because that wasn't fun. And I don't want to like risk damaging my hardware, because it ain't cheap. As much as I enjoy streaming and like editing stuff and all the rest of it, like I don't want to deal with potentially damaging like hundreds of pounds worth of graphics cards and CPU and stuff. Like, it's not worth it. If I had like a strong and steady income, then I wouldn't be so worried about it, but I do this as a hobby, it's not something that makes me any money, so risking the hardware that potentially does risk my own income is not great. Oh, I have to go back to the Vindicar, do I? Oh good, we do have a beacon to get there, that's nice.
Congratulations.
I did not expect you back so soon, High Exile. I assume your meeting with the king went well.
Indeed, he is eager to have the army of the light
Whoa.
fighting on side of the alliance. Assemble our forces, Captain.
This view of Azeroth. But damn. Oh, the Maelstrom?
Of your speeches, but
Which would make that north end up there, right?
about to send these initiates to undertake the trials.
So what's that, the Broken Isles? So like Kulturus and Zandalar should be somewhere over there too.
You can see firsthand what it means
This is Kalimdor?
to become light-forged. Proceed for
Pandaria? Damn, that's fucking beautiful. I kinda wanna, hold on a second. Let me just dismiss my pets. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot of this, god damn. I need to get a screenshot go. I really hope I can come back here again, because Jesus, that is beautiful.
We will win this war.
Welcome, Boris Bonkers. You're about to bear witness to a ritual none but members of the Army of the Light have seen. Bear witness to the ritual of the Light Forged.
My fellow soldiers, the trials you have endured are proof that the light shines bright within your hearts. One final test remains, and it is the most daunting of all. It will force you to peer into the very core of what you are, of what you believe yourself to be. Many worthy Draenei have undergone this trial, only to return broken, or worse. Should you feel the slightest doubt, turn back now. It will be counted as wisdom, not cowardice. But if you are truly ready, step forward and embrace your fate. Tepartos, we have discussed this. Each initiate must be accompanied by a second. Where is yours?
Tepartos needs no one to aid him.
The last initiate who attempted the trial alone came back in pieces. Choose a second or head back to the barracks.
So be it. Tepartos shall bring this puny one.
An unorthodox choice, but technically within the rules. I have never known our champion to back down from a challenge.
I mean, my armor fits right at home with these guys.
Light be with you both.
Tepartos!
Right, what are we off to now then? I should really learn how the new YouTube like sectioning system works, or if I even have access to that, to like
The only way is forward.
to actually split up the stream so that it can be easily like pinpointed which section is which. I don't know how you do it.
Tepartos did not choose
I need to look it up, figure it out.
Tepartos saw your heart on the field of battle. You are the bravest hero Tepartos has ever seen.
They didn't re-record his voice line, so he just says hero.
Memories. Tepartos remembers a place like this.
I get why they do it instead of like the player names, but your class should be a thing that they factor in, surely.
There is no kindness here. Other children were not always kind to Tepartos. Come, Tepartos thinks he knows what little Tepartos might do.
This is all his like fears and stuff brought to life, essentially. This is interesting. This is a really cool aesthetic.
And hurt. The search for sons.
What? I guess this is like a mix of Emerald Nightmare and Justfar sort of stuff, with like this stuff looks very
Tepartos made friends with critters. Frogs, Elec, bugs. But not snakes. Never snakes.
all this like roped together bridge stuff looks a lot like stuff from Nazmir, the like swamp zone in Zul'Dazar. Very reminiscent of that stuff to me, at least.
Retreat deep. Find safety. Find comfort. When Tepartos was scared, he found a place to hide. Distraction provides escape. Tepartos remembers a place like this one. A time he dug too deep. Unfair. Unjust.
This is actually a really cool, like,
Was Tepartos
little thing.
Is Tepartos worthy to become Lightforged?
Oh. Kill doubts and fears. Does that include swamp snakes? Kinda cool, like manifestations of doubt and stuff. It kinda reminds me of the Shah stuff in Pandaria. Oh, fear are the blue ones, okay. It's kinda weird they didn't just use the Shah models for some of this stuff. Where are we going, dude?
The answer. No one can hurt you if you remain. Safe, secure, away from
Terror. Oh.
fear is
Like a void version of him.
unyielding. A foe be defeated. Even amidst hopelessness, there is respite.
I mean, this whole thing feels very Pandaria-esque. Confusion. I guess this is what he's feeling now. Temptation.
Perhaps to overcome fear. One must embrace. You cannot stop Tepartos! This Tepartos is pledged to the light, yet treats with the darkness. This cannot be Tepartos' fate. No! The darkness will not claim Tepartos!
Hmm.
Time to fight!
Yeah, I'm really not a fan of the whole... I don't know how to put it, sort of the arrogance of the light. The whole, like, they're the only right way of doing things. Especially considering we've already very clearly seen that they're not.
Within one soul exist many truths. Some noble. Tepartos!
Oh wow, he just dropped out of the sky onto them. Jesus.
Tepartos raised this elf with its modern spirit.
I mean, this is straight up a cave from Nazmir. I'm pretty sure this is the same layout as the one that you fight through in the opening, like, thing.
Tepartos has faced many such fiends in the army of the light.
Yeah, it literally is. It's the same cave.
For the light!
I don't mind that, though. I just find it interesting to, like,
Tepartos
find these little elements in games where they reuse assets. A lot of the time it does make more sense than making entirely new stuff when you want to convey the same thing.
This is slightly embarrassing for Tepartos.
Oh, frightened. Snakes.
Can you make the snakes go away? is not real. This cannot be the true Tepartos.
And then to the left in here is where you fight the boss in the Nazmir cave. Oh look, it's the boss in this cave too.
You cannot stop. Such power awaits us. Shrug off the chains the light has used to bind you. Yes. Give in to Partos. Embrace true power. The light has always been with Tepartos.
Now he has some fancy glowing tattoos too. Good job, buddy.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't feel too bad about making allied races before Shadowlands because they don't really have any new character customization anyway.
The light prevails.
The Baratus is enthusiastic. He means well, and he has a fire within him that few even among the Lightforged possess. Thank you for keeping him safe.
Welcome back, Tepartos. Tepartos, you confronted your fears, your failings, and have been reborn.
We all have darkness inside us. It is no easy thing to face.
Tepartos
crystal.
realizes this now.
Oh yeah, I also get the mount for these guys, don't I?
Do not interrupt.
Walk in the
Tepartos
light.
is I.
From this day forth, you are Lightforged.
Feta thones camer. Light guide our path.
Tepartos!
Isn't Terralion also Lightforged? Or is he just appointed their leader?
Serve our cause well. Champion, it is time for us to return to Stormblade. Maria, spread the word. The Lightforged now fight for the Alliance.
With pleasure, High Exile.
I'm just kind of curious as to whether or not... Oh, it's below. Just kind of curious whether or not other races can become Lightforged, or if it's just like a Janai thing, because I'm pretty sure Terralion is Lightforged, but he's a human, so... Just wondering if we could get Lightforged variants of every race. End of the day, they're not really all that different. There's a wizard here.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, they're not really that different, they just have like a glowing rune and some tattoos pretty much, but it'd be cool to see. You could also have void forms of everybody, technically too, right?
It's good to see you.
Nice. It's 2 mounts in one stream. That's a beautiful mount, actually. Do kind of love him. Just a big derpy elephant. That is pretty cool. I wonder if we're ever gonna see these guys actually get their own zones again, because there's so many races just dumped here now. Like, there's the Gilneas, the Darnassus, the Gnomes, and then all the other, like, random offshoot factions, like all the allied races and stuff, have their, like, little bit here too. Like, are any of these guys ever gonna get their own places again? Like, Blizzard were kind of saying that, you know, like, trees can regrow and stuff on Twitter, right? Places can be, like, you know, unirradiated too, but we still haven't got Gnomergan back yet, have we? Or a new city for the gnomes. Or a new place for the Worgen. Would just be nice to see a lot of these factions get their own places again, rather than being bound to Stormwind, basically. Oh, I was actually missing those boots. Nice. I get so many items from those things that are just crap I've already got. Occasionally, you get some little PC missing. It's nice. Yeah, actually made a grand this stream. Oh. Would you look at that? It's a new hippogriff. It's goddamn beautiful. I'm actually gonna fly over and do Zul'Gurub because we've still got like half an hour left, so I might as well just run something else. The only one that's going to be awkward to like get back is the Demon Hunter, unless I run her all the way back out of Karazhan again. Otherwise I have to go back to Orgrimmar, take a boat from Ratchet to Booty Bay, and then from Booty Bay up to Zul'Gurub. Just kind of irritating. Also it's like that side of the tree I normally fly to, but I've flown all the way over here now. I'm still missing like 4 of the missions. It's expansion features, isn't it? The war effort? Yeah. I'm missing the Steamweedle Alliance, the Hillsbrad Mine, and Return to Orbadine. And they never pop up. It's really irritating. Yeah, how close are we to doing the Augustine Reach? 3,500? Oh, too far. Wonder if it's worth just running all of those. Maybe. Depends if we have time, I guess. Because it would be cool to have the Void Elves done as well. Are we set to heroic? Probably not. Oh, apparently we are. I actually haven't ran this one in a while. I've been getting really lazy with running stuff. I just got kind of tired of keep doing the same dungeons all the time. Like, just in a bigger loop. I've been much more enjoying the, I think I started talking about it and then stopped. The new system of running. Like, just one on loop with everybody at once, rather than individually running everything all the way through and then doing it again on another character. Been having far more fun doing it this way. It also means I can kind of focus a stream on a specific place and like prep all my guys and stuff. Because I do play all my classes like individually and end up going to all different places on all of them to do different pieces I need to do. So it's kind of nice just to have one focused area that I can just take them all to and be like, right, I know I need them all here for this time and whatever. Kind of irritating I still haven't got a single drop from this dungeon, considering how many times I've ran it. I got both drops from Throne of Thunder in like less than 10 runs. It's the same thing with Arthas. Like, I think I've ran Arthas a bunch now. I don't actually know a number. A lot. And I haven't got the amount. I got both of them from Throne of Thunder. Somehow. I also very rarely even see the Throne of Thunder mounts come out of my, like, random mount button. I do have a lot of mounts in there now, to be fair. I guess I could probably take out the Argent Tournament elephant. Now I have the better one from the White Forged. I also still need to get the BFA fishing mount, but really don't want to do that. I just get really bored doing the same task on repeat, which is what I like about WoW. I think I mentioned it in the early streams actually, of I would just go off and do, like when I was just grinding out reputation I got really bored, but when I just started playing like I do now, where I just go and do random different stuff all the time, still working towards the same goal, but it's like 5 different ways of getting to the same thing. I have far more fun with it, because it's just a bunch of different environments and tasks and stuff, with the same goal of just getting mounts. I'll check when we get there. Something I need to look at is if Sandless is up, because apparently it scales, or like all the BFA pet battle things scale. So if all your team is the same level, it makes doing them a lot easier. Which I still need to do like just a pet battle stream at some point. Stick like a Pokemon remix playlist on or something and just play through stuff. Could be fun. Yeah, I was gonna go back to Argus again. Because I feel like if we actually go for it, we could probably finish off the Argusian Reach 2 today. Get a 3rd mount. Rather than just grinding out random ass dungeons. I did say I was going to do Ulduar, but I could just do that another stream. It's fine. I do want to do Ice Crown as the stream tomorrow. Like, just running Ice Crown on all my characters now. Because I feel like I can run that on all 4. So that will be the plan. You get Argusian Reach rep for just doing the random ones? I can't remember if you do or not. Ugh. So apparently the quest is right here, but I ain't seen it. Or is it round the side or something, maybe? Like round the back? Who knows? I do like the giant, like, Fell Reaver thing that's stomping around here. It's a cool little mob. Well, very much not little, but a cool little creature. Hey. Just to kill demons? Yeah, sure. I do need to just spend some time leveling up my other characters, because if I get my Druid up to Lich King, then I can get the Flying Carpet mounts, I think. Because they're all like 400 gold or something on the auction house, like I don't even have to bother making them. I can just, you know. Oh, I also have to release these spirits, I've just been walking past them. Oops. Yeah, it's helped push up the Kill Demons quest as well. Well, achievement. This is the test as to whether this actually works. If I don't get Augustian English, if I don't get Augustian Reach Rep for this, then I probably won't do the rest of them. I'll just go do something else. Oh, I got just Augustian Reaper Rich, actually. Where did you come from? Still confused how I get to this quest here that's on top of the thing? Really don't know. Guess we can go do that one. But yeah, it's literally half the reputation of killing the rares. It's such an odd way of doing things. Oh well, we'll just try and get as close as we can in like the next 15-ish minutes. I might go a bit over just clearing out the rest of these zones, I guess.
This world into weapons to use against us. They must be dismantled.
Oh, it's the big bell energy guys I have to kill. The elementals. Fair enough. What am I destroying? Oh, these. Okay. Oh, and you get shot with a laser the whole time. Interesting. This is actually really helping with the kill 2000 demons thing. Which I do believe also gives me a mount. Just gotta do one more. Cool. Oh, I actually have to do another one. Is there even another one around? Oh, over there. Okay.
We will see the Legion's end, even if we must tear Argus itself asunder.
Could do that one down there too. It does mean we're now only 10 mounts away. Yeah, we're literally now 10 mounts away from having 200, which is so nice. I genuinely thought we weren't going to make it before Shadowlands for a while there. I feel like we're really close. It's still a bit up in the air whether we will, but definitely going to be close.
Devastator to fire on the Xenodon. We need you to commandeer.
No? That soundtrack just randomly cut out. In fact, it's completely stopped. Why? Oh, because my Chrome has stopped working. Love that. Google Chrome just decides it's happened. I didn't have one on him. Sorry if anybody talks in chat, I literally can't see it because Chrome doesn't want to respond. That's fun.
Turn the cannon on Kill Jaden's ship.
Oh, that big thing over there? Nice.
With that cursed ship out of commission, we can focus on other
Oh,
things.
that only gave me Army of the Light rep. Well. Yeah, my Google Chrome still isn't working. Well, I think I'm just gonna kind of wrap things up here. At least we got 2 mounts this stream, which is pretty good. I can make a Lightforged Draenei now, which is nice. And hopefully tomorrow, we'll hit Arthas probably, and then come back over here, do all the rares again, and try and get that that final allied race done before Shadowlands, which we should be able to do. And also, once I hit Exalted with them, I can buy their mount straight away, because their mount's like 10,000 gold, whereas I'm pretty sure the Army of the Light mount is like 500,000 gold or something stupid like that. I mean, it is a giant mech, which is really cool, but it's really expensive. I know to some people that's kind of nothing, but to me, 500,000 gold, quite a bit. But the mount does look cool. So hopefully, I didn't drag anything out. Okay, cool. Yeah, the Augustian Reach one over here. I think it's like a goat or something like that. One of those things from Argus. Where is he? There we go. Yeah, it's like a nice purple goat thing with some gems and a sack, which is interesting. In fact, there's a bunch of them. Hold on. There's 6 mounts from that. Plus the one from getting the allied race, which is 7. Which means we can basically finish the mount parade by just hitting Exalted with this. So next stream, if we get Invincible as well, we will basically be on the edge of 200 mounts before Shadowlands. So hopefully we get it this time. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys, hopefully, for a good stream tomorrow.